If you're a buyer and you've been waiting for the market to shift in your favor, February 2026 might be the best window of opportunity for buyers we've seen in a while. Mortgage rates are down, price growth has cooled, and inventory is rebuilding. Put simply, affordability is returning to the market. Today on the Bold LA Realty Show, we're going to answer everyone's favorite real estate question. How's the market?
If you wanna sell, call Terrell. Just call Terrell, yeah. If you wanna buy, he's still the guy. Yeah, he's still that guy. So if you wanna buy or sell, just call Terrell.
So when we talk about how's the market, remember, every real estate market across the country is not in the same position. So as you can see in this graphic, the Midwest, the South, and the Northeast have a sizable percentage of counties where it's more affordable to buy than rent a 3-bedroom home. So if you're in the Midwest, South, or Northeast, in my opinion, buying a home is almost a no-brainer. You just gotta buy the right one and work with the best agent. Now, over here in the West Coast, especially California, we don't have that same luxury. These regional differences could allow some of you California homeowners to finally take that leap of selling your home and relocating to, that state that you wanted to move to, though, by the way. So don't sleep on that opportunity either. Now, no matter where you are in the country, though, affordability is still gradually improving. Now, what are the factors that are driving the changes in affordability? Home affordability depends on 3 things, really: mortgage rates, home prices, and wages. In just 1 year, mortgage rates are down nearly a full percentage point. When rates drop, buyer activity increases, which is good for the market. And here's where urgency comes in, though. The lower that rates go, the more buyers that are going to re-enter the market. Nadia Evangelou, a senior economist with the NAR, said, nationally, a 1 percentage point drop in mortgage rates can expand the pool of households who can qualify to buy by about 5.5 million households, including 1.6 million renters who could become first-time home buyers. That's a huge shift in who can realistically afford to buy. The more buyers that enter, the more upward pressure on prices will return. It's simply supply and demand. Now, according to forecasts made as of January 7th, Fannie Mae, MBA, Wells Fargo, they all released their projections, and none of them projected rates going below 5.9% in 2026. So that's something to think about if the current rate decline still doesn't feel like it's enough for you to take action as a buyer. Their projections suggest there won't be another significant drop in rates, so really, why wait? In the words of Rick Sharga, we're in an incredibly rate-sensitive environment today. And every time we've seen mortgage rates drop into the low to mid 6% range, we've seen an influx of buyers hit the market. Now let's talk about wage growth and home price growth. Wages are currently growing faster than home prices, which is, again, a good change from what we saw, the past couple of years. As you can see here, home price growth has really moderated. According to Selma Hepp, chief economist at Cotality, price growth hit a 14-year low in late 2025. Nationally, affordability is the best it's been since August of 2022, according to Zillow. Buying a home requires less of your income today than it did a year ago. That's just a fact. Now that we've looked at things nationally, how is the local Southern California market doing today compared to a year ago? So let's get into that. So I took a look at the median sales price of residential properties among all subtypes, and this is where we currently are. In LA County, the median sales price is $875,000, which is actually down 0.6% compared to last year. San Bernardino had the biggest drop. It's $530,000, which is down 3.6%. Riverside down 1.7%. Orange County is actually the only one that's up right now, 0.9%. So after that huge appreciation spike a few years ago, prices have begun to moderate, which was expected. Remember, Kobe didn't score 100 points after the 81-point game. You know, you're gonna go revert back to the mean a little bit. Even though home prices pulled back slightly, there are no major signs of California home prices having a significant decline. So keep that in mind, home sellers. Now, what data am I looking at to support, that suggestion or that statement? Well, one thing I always monitor is the unsold inventory index. Let me just give you an example of what the unsold inventory index is for those of you who've never heard of it. Okay, so imagine there are 100 homes for sale, and if buyers are purchasing 20 homes per month, that means it's gonna take 5 months before, we're completely out of inventory and everything's sold. So that number, the number I'm talking about is how long it would take to sell all the homes at the current pace. That is called the unsold inventory index, which is also essentially, simplified and known as months of supply. So what is the current months of supply, locally? In LA County, we're looking at 4.5 months, Orange County, 3.4 months, Riverside County, 5.6 months, and San Bernardino County, 4.9 months worth of inventory. Now, why does this matter? Low inventory means more competition, which means sellers have typically more power. Higher inventory means you're gonna have more options for buyers and more negotiating room. Right now, inventory is rebuilding, but it's still not above pre-pandemic levels, which again, even pre-pandemic levels, we were in a healthy, medium type of market. If rates continue to fall though, more buyers can be expected to enter the market. And again, more buyers enter, we're gonna see competition increase. We're going to see upward pressure on price start to build and seller concessions become less common. Right now, buyers all over the country are still seeing things like price reductions, seller credits, closing costs, being assisted on or covered, and negotiable repairs. But everyone waiting for lower and lower interest rates, you need to understand that your leverage as a buyer shrinks as demand increases. So this is why I want you guys to take action if you're able to now. Understand that the best time to buy is not when rates are the lowest. Like, what? Record scratch, Terrell, what you talking about? Why am I saying that? Because by the time rates hit rock bottom, competition is already back. The best time to buy, in my opinion, is when rates are falling and you begin to move before the herd does. Before everybody's already out there, you're moving. Well, may be in that window right now, which is why I'm making this video, because I want you guys to see this opportunity and seize it. So that wraps up my February 2026 market report, guys. If you're thinking about making a move in 2026, just please ask yourself, what happens if rates fall another 0.5% and more buyers jump back in? Would you prefer to have the lowest rate, or would you prefer to have less competition? Markets respond to demand, and so do prices. So you guys need to really remember that. So again, just ask yourself, do you want to be with the herd, or do you want to be ahead of the herd? Be ahead of it. That's my time today, guys. If you would like to connect with me directly, you can always go to my website, boldlarealty.com, schedule a free consultation. I'd love to connect, and I'd be happy to help you reach your real estate goals. And like I said, that's it for me. I'll catch you guys on the next one. You guys know the motto. If you wanted to sell, call Terrell. And if you want to buy, I'm still the guy.